Welcome to the Healing Pod. I'm Megan, a licensed clinical psychologist.
And I'm Jessica, a licensed clinical social worker, and this is our journey of navigating anxiety as we learn to take up space and create an environment where we feel that we can belong.
Join us together as we learn not just to survive, but to thrive in our anxious brains.
This podcast is intended for educational and informational purposes only. It is not a substitute for professional therapy or medical advice. If you are experiencing any mental health concerns, please seek support from a qualified mental health professional or healthcare provider. Remember, your mental health is important, and seeking personalized professional help is key to your well-being.
Welcome back. We have Jess with us again. We have weird weather. It is plopped again. It is freezing up here and overly hot down there, so I have like extra sweaters on, and Jess is slowly melting.
Yes, a little glistening today. My AC is not wanting to work as well as it should.
I don't think it ever works as well as it should down in Florida. Isn't that like one of the Florida rules?
You know, and this poor thing has like been working overtime for the past 5 years, so it's probably time to replace it. It's just one of those little like air ones with the hole that goes out of the wall.
Oh, well, add it to the list of all the stuff fixing after the hurricane, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're cold or warm or anything in between, mostly cold up here, we are looking at rest today, which is an interesting topic because as much as we all say, oh, yeah, we rest, do we really? Do we actually let ourselves stop and heal and restore? Or do we just occasionally crawl into the bed at the end of the day and crash?
Yes. When we are looking at this world where everything is just moving, and your value is placed on how much you do and how hard you work, and rest is looked at as you're lazy or you're not working hard enough. And it burns us out.
It does. And lazy is such a hard concept for me. I don't really understand it. I don't let myself be it. Like yesterday, I had a migraine and I spent pretty much the entire day on the couch. Like the entire day, I just was not having it. And it was absolutely lovely and wonderful. And I felt guilty the entire time because, oh no, I'm not doing things. I have to do things. And there was nothing that needed to be done. But I still felt bad just not moving and pretending I was productive, even though there was nothing that needed the productivity. Yeah.
Yes. And I think when you're constantly worried about what you're not doing, right? Like it takes away from that ability to truly restore yourself, to get that rest that you're actually needing.
Mm-hmm. Because if you're giving yourself the guilt trip, if you're thinking in overdrive, if you're never letting yourself lean back into wherever you're resting and fully be present, you're not actually getting that benefit. You're not actually resting.
Yes. So Megan, before we jump in,
Okay.
tell me what has been helping you either restore you or depleting you. How's your nervous system today?
Today, still exhausted. The weather is cold, but it's not useful cold. It's just dreary cold, so that always gets to me. I'm trying to get the equine groups up and running for the year, so having a cold, wet, rainy, dreary week frustrates me because then I feel bad emailing people but not being able to start it yet. And there's a lot of peopling contact I need to be doing that I don't want to do, so I feel myself avoiding it all. So that has me on edge. So I am falling asleep very, very quickly. And then I am waking up about 3 or 4 in the morning every day, panicking about nothing and just over anxiety and thinking. So even though I'm in bed and I refuse to move because it's not time to wake up yet, I'm not resting. I am not asleep and I am not resting. So,
Yes.
A little frazzled.
I bet. Sounds like your soul needs some restoring.
It does. It does. And I'm hoping because I know. Well, I hear you shaking again. I know if I can do the econ group, if I can get it started it helps me too. It's just nice to have that outside regulation and that time with the horses to reset. So it does help me to be able to do that too. It's just the process of getting everything to cooperate so I can start it has me on edge.
Yeah, I totally get that. I recently started up my equine groups again. It's so hot. Oh my gosh. But it definitely takes you to a different level, right? Like we do this work every day, day in and day out. But being out with the horses, doing those kind of sessions versus talk therapy, I feel really hits your soul differently.
It does. And I want it and I want to engage and I want to be present for it. And so that avoidance of, setting it up and talking to the people, it I see the thing that I want to do, but somehow I'm kind of sabotaging myself from doing it. And it's the same for this rest. Like I needed to be on the couch yesterday. I needed to relax. I needed to take care of myself and let my migraine go away. But I felt bad doing it, so I block myself from doing it and I'll be fidgety or, well, am I allowed? Do you need anything? Is it okay for me to rest? Is it okay for me to rest? Constantly, which just undermines it.
Yes, that is too much. So, for this episode, I would like to start redefining rest and really changing the way that we look at it and how that kind of hustle culture impacts our mental health. Everybody's saying, why is mental health such a pandemic right now? Look at our society and our culture. So, how do we redefine what rest looks like and reconnecting to your body?
Well, I think to redefine it, we have to look at what definition has it come to take now. So, what is the definition that you are using for rest that is not actually helping you rest right now?
That's really a good question. I think for me, it comes down to rest is, let me adjust that. So, in my brain, I am making the most out of every day because I'm afraid that I'm not doing enough, right? So, rest for me is, well, I go to bed at 10 o'clock and I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. But I don't go to bed and go to sleep. I go to bed and run through everything in my head for at least 2 hours of what I have coming the next day. What did I forget to do today? What do I still need to do? What did I not do well enough?
So there's that disconnect that you're feeling too, where your body's in one place. And you're like, okay, this is rest. It's dark. TV's off. Lights are off. I'm in bed. This is me resting. And there's absolutely no rest whatsoever because internally you're just running and running and running and running, and it's not stopping. So you're not recharging. You're not engaging in that rest.
Yes, absolutely. And I think a big start to that is learning how to regulate your nervous system. Because when our nervous system is always activated and we're always moving, you're not, like you said, you're not getting that rest. And your brain is always anxious. Like, this is why we're so anxious as a culture, because there's too much happening in our brain and our bodies all the time, and we don't allow it to slow down.
Yeah, because if you think of, one of our stereotypical restful behaviors right now is scrolling. Everyone has the phone out. You're just waiting for the internet to entertain you. And they actually just passed a law in New York. Next year, they're going to start banning cell phones for grades K through 12. Just no cell phones allowed out at all during the school day, which is going to be interesting because these kids have not had downtime without electronics at all, unless they have those parents that purposefully build that in there. These kids haven't had that. What have we created?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. No. So Briar, my fifth grader, his school has a very strict no cell phone policy. Like they've got what they call yonder pouches that literally like has a little key lock. So they are not allowed, if parents are insistent that they need their phone for safety or their walkers or whatever, they have their phones, but they're required to be powered down and they're not allowed to take it out of their yonder pouch during the day. And if they don't have one of those pouches where they can be locked down, if they're found with the phone in their backpack, then it's all kinds of, consequences for it. But it was an adjustment that first, couple of weeks at that school, because he was homeschooled. So he had his phone whenever he was done with schoolwork, plus everything was done online. And then, I look at my teenagers who go to a public high school. My one, every free moment she has, if she's not scrolling TikTok, then she is FaceTiming me saying, I'm bored at school. I don't want to be here. Right? Like, the teachers have created an environment where these kids are able to doom scroll in their classroom. And like, she'll flip the camera around and show me her teacher doom scroll.
Oh gosh. And what is getting done in this classroom? What is the point of this?
Exactly. And I was like, what class are you in? She's like, it's one of my Cambridge classes, Mom. Like, this is an honors class.
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm like, oh Lord Jesus.
Oh. Yeah. So there is this lie that is rest. That if we're sitting there and doom scrolling and disconnected, we're resting. And disconnection to me never feels restful. I need it at times to regulate. Like if I've had a day full of trauma and I cannot be present, I need that bit of disconnection space. But I always feel better after I connect back into something.
Yes. Yeah. And I think so, working with trauma, right? We both are specialized in trauma. We apparently like to torture ourselves. Yeah. So there's that level of trauma survivors, how they often struggle with rest or feeling safe, right? Because if you slow down and you stop, it takes away that safety of what they know. Their system has a chance to make them kind of, everything is there and I have to feel it now. So that not resting kind of takes away from, bless you, takes away from that need to process. So in my sessions, we do a whole lot of mindfulness. We do a lot of meditation, slowing ourselves down so that, we can see what safe feels like. You can be safe in your body and in this space and process through it. And also, it's allowing them to see that you can just be, and bad things don't have to come from that.
Yeah. And that is hard. Connecting back into yourself, connecting into the world, being present and not running from the trauma memories, not running from the flashbacks, not running from general anxiety and your brain spinning out and all that stuff, not having to shut all that down, but instead actually being engaged with yourself in something that is going to restore you, that's going to regulate you, that's going to heal you. You do need to sleep. If you keep running until you pass out and then you get up and you run until you pass out and get up and you run until you pass out, you're not actually sleeping. You're not actually resting. You're not actually restoring yourself. You're just charging your battery just enough to get up and start sprinting again until it dies. And that's not sustainable. We all burn out from that when we try to do it. Every single one of us. It's just not.
Absolutely. And I think even a theory that we struggle with, that rest is not the absence of productivity.
Yes.
It's a form of productivity.
It's hard. It's because it's not I'm doing all the stuff that's supposed to be done. It's I'm doing the stuff I need to do. I am breathing. I am being still. I'm letting my muscles relax. I am engaging in something I want to engage in that is not for a different purpose. It is just nice to do. It feels better to do. Rest can be active. Rest can be walking. Rest can be, baking a loaf of bread. Rest can be, creating something, painting, reading a book. Rest can be doing things. Rest can be doing nothing. But rest is not, how do I do, and what am I doing this, and have I clicked this off my list, and I'm going to do this. That's a different form of thing that's needed. That is a needed self-care to click things off your wrist or off your list. But that is not rest.
Yes, absolutely. Maybe creating your list is your rest. I'm going to create this list and I'm going to take it out of my brain and put it on this paper. And now it's not my problem until I decide to go touch that list.
And I'll have to do that sometimes before I start sessions with clients. I need to jot things down so that I'm not actively trying to remember them. Because if I'm actively trying to remember them, I can't be as present. I can't be thinking that. So taking it out of your head, putting it somewhere that you know, I'm going to look at that, that can be restful. That can give you that sigh of relief of, I don't have to actively stay present and keep my working memory uncharged because I don't trust it not to erase this as soon as someone distracts me by walking into my room. Just write it down. Just write it down.
Yes. Keep, like, I've got notebooks in every corner of my office, in my car, in my house. Because I am that person. If I am thinking about something, I can easily tune out. Sorry, my dog is eating plastic. I can easily tune out whatever somebody is saying to me unintentionally. Like, I don't even mean to, but I'm thinking about something and I don't hear anything going on around me. I'm going to be that person that gets thrown in a van when I'm walking in a parking lot. But it kind of, that if it takes, those thoughts are taking over everything happening around me, because in my brain right now, remembering this is the most important thing. So if I am able to see that I wrote it down, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to lose it and I'm not going to forget it's there. I'll probably lose it. I'll have to remember what notebook I wrote it in, and then that's a whole nother story. But that is my part of rest and self-care, and not carrying it into any other day-to-day actions that I have.
And that makes sense. Yeah, because it's even just that aspect, even just the thought that you should be able to hold all your thoughts in your head no matter what else you're thinking, that's part of this. Like, it is a hard concept to convince people to outsource. It's like, you are forgetting things, write it down. You are late, use alarms. Like, just convincing people they don't have to do it all on their own. And it's okay to be human and use tools. No, doesn't separate us from many animals, because more and more animals we realize are also smart and use tools, but be human, use tools is good.
I feel like animals are, especially dogs, they're a lot better at working smarter, not harder.
Yes.
Like Sir over here that keeps realizing he can't reach inside that tall trash can, so he keeps coming under my desk and pulling things out of boxes.
It's like, I could get that, or I could just go over here and have this. Yeah, like it is. It's not, we wear our exhaustion and our utter inability to stop as a badge of honor. Like, I don't rest. I keep going all the time. I work this many jobs and I do this many hours and I'm constantly, and we wear that as a sign of our worth while it breaks us apart and wears us down.
Yes, it is creating our value within what we do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guilty of that. I work way too many jobs. And I constantly have to remind myself, like, why? What am I accomplishing and what is my purpose of doing this? Because I am feeling worn out.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to take that step back and leave one of those jobs because it wasn't benefiting me in a way that added value to my self-worth and my day-to-day engagement with my life.
There is only so much value you can get from a job for how much they are paying you. It only increases it up to a point, and after that point, it's just not going to increase the value of the job anymore. It's not going to be worth it. Yeah, and are you doing the job well? Is it a job you want to do? Do you need that job? All of these tasks, we're not just what we can produce. It's just as toxic to have our entire worth based on what we produce as it is to have our entire worth based on how we look. These are things that change. At some point, we're going to be old and wrinkly and horrible looking, and it's going to be great. I love it. I'm looking forward to that time. And at some point, we're going to be old and tired. I think I hit that like 5 years ago. Like, we're not going to be able to keep up the pace that we have set for ourselves. And that does not mean we're less as humans. That doesn't mean we're valued less. It just means we're done with our heavy, heavy working years. And if we hadn't been as heavy in our working years, maybe they would last longer.
Yes. And I think this really brings us back around to a very common theme in all of our recordings, right? Of that masking, that people pleasing, that over functioning achievement, and working through that anxiety in a negative way. I'm going to keep going until I'm so burnt out that I have no option but to stop because my body is like, I'm done. No more. You can't handle it, right? So we start masking our needs by overcompensating by working harder. No, those needs aren't there. I don't need to pay attention to that.
My needs aren't there. This person asked me for help and I have to help them because they asked me for help and they need help, so I will help them. Hi, puppy in the background.
It's climbing on the couch.
Other people can delegate tasks to me, but having me delegate tasks to someone else, I don't understand this. And
Yes.
we're in the process of redoing all of our network at the office and having this new IT person come on to help us with this. We are so freaking confused at our office. Here's what happens. I text or I email this person and say, hey, this is what we need. And they respond quickly and do it. And I can't process this. It's like someone responded and did what I asked and actually did what. Where's the shoe going to drop? What's going on here? This is strange. I'm paying them for a service and they're doing the
How dare they? Maybe they need help.
If I just sit around, can I be useful? Is there anything I can do? No? Okay. I will trust you to do your job, even though that makes me very uncomfortable.
Yes. And do you feel like that comes from past experiences of allowing yourself to trust somebody and them letting you down?
Yes. Many, many, many. We have a long laundry list of, you tried to help me and now I have more work to do myself. Thank you. Please don't help me ever again.
So, with that, how do you deal with? I'm trying to think of the best way to explain this example. So, say somebody says, well, I want to help you, but you need to tell me what you want me to do. And in your brain, you're like, but I'm going to tell you, and then I'm going to have to tell you how to do it, and then I'm going to have to walk you through step by step, and then you're going to ask me questions. And then at this point, I should have just done it my damn self.
So I have my wonderful work friend Amanda, and her wife Shay is amazing, and Shay is an incredible human being that helps everyone. Like just one of those people that no matter what you need, she will be there and she will go and help you. And so I will do things and say things like, "Oh gosh, yeah, I had to go out and do the horse fence, and it's exhausting and frustrating. But this is, I've never had anyone who is offered to help me actually come and help me do the horse fence because I never asked Shay." Like I have to add that in there because otherwise I will get yelled at because I very well know, and Amanda very well knows that if I say, Shay, I need help, she will be here and she will do whatever I need to do. But the guilt of imposing myself on, I'm assuming she's busy and has a life, even if she doesn't at that moment, is so hard to get past. I have to purposely sabotage myself and say, I am about to do this thing and not ask for any help. Can somebody stop it from me in front of the right people to get around that still? Like, I will not ask for help still. I just don't. It is hard.
Yes, no, I'm the same way. And even I think one of my pet peeves, and it may not even be pet peeve, might not even be the right word. So my husband's favorite thing to do on the weekends is say, what do you want to do today? And I know for him, that's like showing, I want to be involved. I want to do something that you want to do. And in my brain, I'm like, God, why do I always have to decide what we're doing? Just go pick something.
The mental load.
Yes. So I have to slow myself down and say, okay, what was the actual intention of that? Because it feels like he's pushing it off on me, but maybe he's just trying to show me that he wants to do something I want to do. And I have learned to say, I don't know. If you want to do something, you have to decide, because I'm perfectly happy laying on the couch in my pajamas and doing nothing.
So I've learned to answer that way. I've learned to say, I don't have it in me to make a decision right now. To Casey, other people's hard. And I've learned to say, I would like to do something in this area, but I don't have a thought or an opinion about what. So it's like, I would like to do something outside with the dogs. I would like to do something that keeps me in the house because it's cold outside and I don't want to be outside right now. Like just something, some theme. It's kind of like going, I would like food that is made of chicken. Tell me what options are. And that way I help with her anxiety and I say these are things in the realm that I want. I don't have an exact, but these are things that will make me happy. Can you help me find something within that?
Yes. And it's okay to say, I want to be happy, but I don't know what's going to make me happy. Can you give me some
Yes.
options?
Hmm.
What can we
And
do
that,
to be happy together?
yeah, because it helps take some of that pressure off. Because coming from the other side of it, if you said, I don't know, what do you want to do this weekend? Well, you're in a slight mood, and I'm not sure. I just know you're not completely happy right now. So if I pick something that's going to make you feel worse, I'm going to feel horrible, and I don't want to do that. So I am overthinking things and backing myself into a corner and getting myself locked down, which is going to make more work for you because now you have to take a deep breath and talk me out of my corner and give me some options so that I know I'm not upsetting you. And you don't have the energy for that. You needed the rest.
Yes. Yes, I am very proud of myself. I recognized I needed rest. My least favorite question in the world is, what do you want for your birthday? Because, oh my gosh, I am not allowed to ask for things, and I'm not going to put you out by saying what I want for my birthday. So this year, before I was even asked, I told Ryan, I was like, I asked a couple months ago, I said, I don't want any gifts for my birthday, is all I want. And I don't care when we do it, it can be anytime. I want a cruise with no children where I don't have to take care of anybody. I love my children to all the pieces in the world, but I don't want to have to do or say or prepare anybody else. I just want to take care of myself for once. And I just kind of let it go. And he was like, okay. Like that was weird, but okay. And I didn't say anything else about it. I just kind of let it go. And then he was like, we're going on a cruise. What weekend works for you? And I'm like, damn it. Now I have to pick days. And I'm like, I'm just kidding. I'm glad you told me. So,
Good job.
and it just worked out that we are going for my birthday weekend. And I am so freaking excited. And also struggling with that guilt of setting that boundary that I'm doing something for me and I'm not taking
Mm.
my children. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to prepare my animals and my kids. And my lovely mother is thankfully taking care of Ryder for me.
Oh, good.
Yes, and all my big kids stepped up and they have delegated who's taking care of horses and who's taking care of dogs.
Nice. So you might actually rest. So
Yes.
you have the cruise, so you have the boundaries. There's no kids involved, there's no one that needs you to take care of them. How else do we need to build actual rest into this cruise? How can you practice resting in this safe space you're creating?
So I have intentionally made the decision to, because I was already preparing, how do I pack my laptop and my iPad so I can still work while I'm on the cruise? And I was like, why? I'm going for 4 days.
Yeah.
And it's a weekend, so like my clients will be okay for 4 days
Mm-hmm.
without me. And I don't need them. So we're not paying for the internet package. None of that. So I will have my cell phone, but I will not have the ability to doom scroll. I'm downloading the audiobooks that I want to listen to that would require internet without downloading them. And I am taking a regular book and I'm going with no plan or intentions because if I start to plan and the plan does not go as expected, then I get very upset.
Yes, I get that. Like if there's a schedule and someone's off schedule, everything just gets bad. But if
Yes,
it's whatever, you can roll with it.
exactly. I wasn't expecting anything, right?
Yeah.
Like Ryan the other day was like, "Oh my gosh, this cruise is now," because he kept checking because he's as type A as I am. He was like, "The cruise is completely booked out. There's gonna be so many people," and I was like, "Sounds like it's gonna be a lot of fun." And he was looking at me like, "Okay, Miss Introvert."
Mm-hmm. No one said you had to talk to the people. They just exist.
Exactly. They're just I'm going to do the things, and maybe I'll meet some nice people and I'll enjoy every moment.
Yeah. And if you meet people you don't like, you will walk away from them and you won't have to talk to them the rest of the time because why do you have to? You're never going to see them again. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I like that this is a cruise, so there is a very beautiful physical boundary of you can't get off the ship because you're anxious.
Exactly. I can't
You
worry about what's going on at home.
nope,
I
you
mean, I
can't.
can, but I can't do anything about it.
You can't do anything about it. And not letting yourself have the phone access, not letting yourself have your work access. That's more protection and boundaries too. You're not going to do what I tried to do and failed miserably at, luckily, and go, yeah, I'll go on vacation for a week and work the entire week. I just slowly canceled all my days off.
Hey, I tried to talk you out of that.
I got most of it off. I was proud of me. I got most of them off. I had like a few clients left. So
I was proud of you too.
much better. Originally, I was going to take like 1.5 days off and work the other 3.5 days. And I thought better of that as I realized how tired I was. But
Yes.
yeah, I love that. I love this is your cruise time. You're going away on a cruise. You are not going to be working. Collecting the things that you want to connect with. So the audiobooks, the book books, things that make you feel good, that you want to engage with, that you want to enjoy. That's huge.
Yes. And very much needed. I am super excited for it.
So what else kind of signals, okay, I can let go and let myself start to rest? How can you clue your nervous system, clue your brain into it being okay? Not to be on point and not to be in charge of everything.
So I think for me, I have to slow down and take a major mindfulness based approach. I really need to pay attention to when I get sensory overload because that's huge for me. Whether it's sounds or people or just touch, like feeling, I need to really pay attention to my internal body connection with myself so that I can remove myself, separate myself, say, hey, let's go back to the room and sit on the balcony for a while.
Yes. That's all it needs. I mean, just how do you check in, take that deep breath, and let yourself feel what you need? Feel where are you actually at? Do you need the quiet space? Do you need, have you eaten yet on this cruise? Have you tried, if you are hungry or thirsty on a cruise, I don't think you have an excuse. The amount of stuff it sounds like they have. I've never been on one, but that's just a universal theme.
We're going on a cruise.
I'm scared of seasickness.
We're going to do it. You'll be okay. I'll give you lots of meds.
I am. That's the biggest thing is I'm scared of seasickness because I get very seasick.
Oh, yeah. I'll carry a bucket for you.
Okay, that'll work. But yeah, just having the things like having the cup of tea of this is my tea and I'm going to drink it and enjoy it. I'm going to let myself sit on the balcony and drink this cup of tea before I even contemplate what I want to do next. I'm going to take that time just to check in so I can tell what I want to do next. And all of those other moments of how do you build that mindfulness? How do you take that deep breath? How do you realize you're completely and utterly touched out, so you might need a shower. You might need to crawl into a fresh made bed. You might need to stand on the balcony and feel the breeze against you. Use something else to regulate those sensations. And letting yourself tune into them. And letting yourself do it.
Yes.
Not saying, I don't deserve this. I can only rest after I've seen this many clients. I have to finish my notes and then I'll rest. Just no. You have set this time aside. It is okay to take this time. You're not stopping forever. You're not quitting. You're not retiring. You will get back and you will do the work and the work will get done. But for these 4 days, you deserve to rest. You do. Just because you exist and you function and you move. You don't have to be this productive in order to deserve to rest. You just deserve to rest.
Yes. Absolutely. And if you are a person who's stressed and when you're in that moment of, I don't know what's going to calm me because I'm so overwhelmed and I don't know how to calm myself down, when you're in a good headspace, create that rest menu. What options do you have? And keep them accessible. I need rest right now. I know what room I am most comfortable in.
Mm-hmm.
So, how can I get what I need from this room, from this
Yeah.
space?
And it's need doesn't require earning. And that's a thing that we will always allow for other people to have, but have a hard time taking for ourselves. Need doesn't require earning. Even want doesn't require earning, but especially need doesn't require earning. When you need rest, you don't have to earn it at all.
Right.
Because now I only get rest when I feel like I'm worthy. Because what does that even mean? Who is worthy of resting? And why are some people not worthy of resting? What does that mean?
I'll take a break after I've done this.
There's always something to be done. There is always things to do. Sometimes it is emergent. Sometimes it is the puppy needs to go outside. And if I don't take the puppy outside, there's going to be an accident in the house. Okay, that makes sense. As adults, we take the puppy outside. That's what we do because we are protecting ourselves from more work later. That doesn't mean you don't need rest and you don't deserve rest. It just means there's something emergent that is life that happens. You
Yes.
still need the rest.
Exactly. You were like a puppy needing to pee.
Mm-hmm.
Do it now.
Always take the opportunity to pee. It's a tactical wee when you might not really have to go, but the opportunity's there, go.
Yes. Exactly.
It's just what you do.
Don't be like me and hold it for a 12-plus-hour day.
Don't do that. That's a great way to give yourself a UTI or a kidney infection. Just don't do it. Just ow. Don't do that to yourself.
Yes. And if you are somebody with a very regimented schedule and you know, like, this is my structure, this is what it looks like every day, create a space in your schedule for that rest. This is my time. For me, during this time from point A to point B, I am not here for anybody else. This space is for me.
And then what do you fill that space with? So I know, like, when I was down in Florida, it was wonderful if everyone was running around and doing 20 things to get ready for somewhere, just to grab a cup of tea and a book and sit on the porch for a while and enjoy the warmth and the quiet while reading and letting everyone else be busy because there's nothing that needed to be done. And I could sit and rest in that space and time. Or here at home, I love Saturday mornings. I work from home on Saturdays, so there's a bit of extra time. So I'll do laundry and add that into my routine and all our usual, getting all the critters ready in the morning and stuff like that. But then I usually have like this half an hour that I'd normally be driving and setting myself up at work that I can just sit on the couch with a hot drink and eat my breakfast, not in a moving car.
That's a big one for me. That is my Saturdays that I am not working. I usually work Sundays more than Saturdays. So Saturday is my rest day. And I have no choice, but the puppy always needs to pee, right? So I get up to take him out potty. But then I make my hot coffee or my hot tea, whatever I'm drinking for that morning. And I sit on the couch and I put in my headphones and I turn on my audiobook. And it maybe annoys everybody else around because I'm just sitting there. But I will not move. I will not make you breakfast. I will not do anything for you until I have finished my 1 cup of coffee. And it usually gives me enough time to listen to 1 chapter of my book. And then
That's beautiful.
I say, I sit there with my dog. My dog sits in my lap. And we drink our coffee. And we listen to our book. And Ryder will be like, is your coffee done? Can we have breakfast now? I'm like, yes.
Coffee is done. Now it's time for breakfast. And none of them are starving.
No.
None of them are needing. They are all okay and can accept that boundary. And I think that's a huge thing with this cycle we get in of overdoing everything and we have to be worthy and we have to work and we have to earn it. If we can give ourselves these set rest times, if we can create these appointments and create these schedules and give ourselves those moments of grounding and get used to doing them, we see that the world is okay. There's just as much work to do as if we take rest as there is if we don't take rest, but we're better able to do it. We're better able to handle it.
Yes. And if you have kids, a big common misconception is the second they need something, if you don't drop everything to do as they want right in that second, then you're not a good mom. You're not a good dad. When the reality is you're teaching them patience. Are they bleeding? Are they breathing? Did they have a meal recently? Right?
Yeah.
My kids have a snack cabinet. It's got breakfast stuff. It's got snacks. It's got, they have their own refrigerator full of like applesauces and cheeses and yogurts and whatever that they have access to 24/7. So if they're truly going to like just wither and die in that 30 minutes it takes me to drink my coffee, it's by their own doing, because they realistically can go get a snack and they're not at like they're 3, 4, and 5, right? So, but they're also learning patience and that it's okay to take a breath and say, you know what? I can wait a few minutes.
Yeah. Because that is the only way to learn patience. You have been heard, you will be responded to, your needs will be met in a moment. That moment will not destroy you. That moment is not, talking about our trauma clients and working with them and these experiences. That moment is not you're being ignored, you're being neglected, you will not have what you need. That moment is just space and just time. Take a breath. What you need is coming. You are okay right now. What you want is coming. You will have it. Right now, you take a breath. You take that pause. You let your body regulate a little bit. And then you get the breakfast, you get the snack, you get the treat, you get the new Band-Aid, you get the things that you need, and you learn that you can rely on it. Your needs are met. Just sometimes you take a breath.
And if you have children, you're teaching by example. You're showing them it's okay to slow down and to sometimes put your needs before others.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Sometimes your needs come above others. If you really, really, really have to pee, but your kid wants help putting their hair up, you get to pee first. There is a hierarchy there. You get to pee first. That is allowed.
Yes. Is your hair on fire? Is it falling out of your head? Nope. The knots can wait.
You can tell who grew up in a one-bathroom household. Yeah, it's like there is a hierarchy. Mm-hmm.
Same. Yep. And our kids are learning. We've got one. Thankfully the toilet is separate from the shower, but we've got one bathroom, and whoever makes it there first to go potty, the other two will stand in line, because when one goes, they all have to go potty at the same time.
Absolutely.
So they will stand in line. Why are you taking so long?
Yeah, and it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay.
Yep.
But we don't accept these things if we don't practice them. It's like any form of anxiety. If we don't see that it's okay to take this rest, that the world does not fall to pieces just because we're being nice to ourselves, if we don't see that effect, we won't ever believe it. We have to do it. You have to face that scary moment of putting your phone down and picking your book up and stepping onto that cruise ship.
Oh, I'm not going to have any problem with that.
I know.
Come to acceptance.
Good.
Closed all the loops.
Perfect. But yeah, because you deserve it. Just because you exist, you deserve rest. It will make you a better human being to actually rest and not just think you have to work and work and work and work and work until you die.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's all it is. Anything else you can think of? Anything else you want to add into this?
I don't think so. I think we covered it all pretty good.
Yes. Your cruise is going to be amazing.
Can't wait. So excited.
It'll be awesome. Can't wait to hear all about it.
Yes.
I like it. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. Hopefully you have a little bit of a rest listening to us. That'd be kind of fun. I'd like to be part of your rest. That'd be fun. I'd like that.
I'll be a part of your healing.
Yeah, why not? We're the healing pod. Why not? But yes, thank you all for joining in. If you found us once, you can find us again. We are online, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere where you can find your podcast. We have social medias. Where are we on in social media, Jess?
We are on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Rudy wanted to come say hello.
Hi, puppy. Aw, puppy break. Also restful. Little cutie. But we will be back in a couple weeks, so hopefully you will all be telling us how you have actually rested during this week and what the difference between some actual rest and some of that false rest we were pretending to do is.
Yes.
Okay. Take
So,
care.
yeah.
We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye.